Good morning, dear students. In the last lectures, we have discussed about the series and parallel combinations of resistances. Today, we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is Kirchhoff's law. What is Kirchhoff's law? This is called Kirchhoff's law because it was given by Sir Robert Kirchhoff, Gustav Robert Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff gave two laws in order to simplify the circuits. When the complexity of circuit got increased, then in order to solve these kinds of circuits where we cannot use only the series and parallel combination, Sir Robert Kirchhoff gave two laws which are known as Kirchhoff's laws. The two laws were called Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. Kirchhoff's first law is always applied on a junction. That's why it is also called as the junction law. And Kirchhoff's voltage law, or we can say Kirchhoff's second law, is always applied across a closed loop. That's why it is also called as loop law. Okay? In other words, we can say the Kirchhoff's first law, Kirchhoff's junction law, or Kirchhoff's current law. These are the same thing. Similarly, Kirchhoff's second law or the Kirchhoff's voltage law or the Kirchhoff's loop law, these are the same thing. So first we are going to study about the Kirchhoff's first law. What Kirchhoff's first law states? It states that the algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction point is 0. The algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction point is 0. So what is the junction? As we know, we have studied about junction point. Junction is that particular point in the circuit where at least there may be three paths or three or more than three paths. So let's suppose this is the junction point and here are some paths in which some currents are coming towards the junction or away from the junction. O is the junction point. Let's say some currents I1, I2, I3, I4 and I5. These are the currents at the junction point. I1, I2 and I3, these are the currents approaching towards the junction, while I4 and I5, these are the two currents which are leaving away from the junction. So according to the Kirchhoff's first law, the algebraic sum of all these currents at the junction point is 0. We consider all those currents which are coming towards the junction as positive and all those currents which are leaving away from the junction as negative. So here I1, I2, I3, these are the currents approaching towards the junction. That's why they will be considered positive, and I4 and I5 will be considered negative. As per the Kirchhoff's first law, I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 is 0. Algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction point is 0. Or we can say summation of all the currents is 0. Okay? Summation of all the currents sigma I is 0. Alternately, we can also write it as I1 plus I2 plus I3 equals to I4 plus I5. And these are the currents which are approaching towards the junction and these are the currents which are leaving away from the junction. So we can write it as summation of all the currents which are coming towards the junction, incoming, and it is equals to the sum of current which are leaving away from the junction, that is outgoing. So this is the alternate statement for the Kirchhoff's first law. It may also be stated as per Kirchhoff's first law, the sum of the currents coming towards the junction is always equals to sum of the currents leaving away from the junction. So this is all about the Kirchhoff's first law. Kirchhoff's first law states that the algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction point is 0. It means the total amount of current coming towards the junction will always be equals to the total amount of current leaving away from the junction. So this is Kirchhoff's first law. Now Kirchhoff's second law. Kirchhoff's second law is always applied on a loop. That's why it is also called as loop law or the voltage law. What it states? It states that the algebraic sum of all the EMFs and the potential drops across a closed loop is 0. Algebraic sum of all the EMFs and the potential drops across a closed loop is 0. So it may be stated in mathematical form like sigma EMF plus sigma IR is equals to 0, or we can say it as sigma V is equals to 0. In case if there are capacitor or inductor in the circuit, in that case we will consider their voltage also. So in general we are getting the resistances in the closed path apart from the EMF sources. That's why the general statement is sigma EMF plus sigma IR is equals to 0. Now let's understand how to apply Kirchhoff's second law. Let us consider that we are having a particular loop, and in this loop we are having some EMF sources randomly. I have taken a particular loop and this is a part of a circuit. Let some resistances R1, R2, R3 and R4 are there, and at the same time some EMF sources E1, E2, E3 and E4 is there. First of all, to apply the Kirchhoff law we have to follow certain steps. So what are the steps to follow or to apply Kirchhoff's second law? Kirchhoff's second law. First of all, you should know what are the currents in different branches. If there are currents in the branches, then it's very okay. If currents are not given, then applying the KCL or the Kirchhoff's first law, first of all get the currents in the branches or assume the currents in the branches. So I just let it I1 here, I4 here, I2 here and I3 here. Now these are the currents in the different branches. We are not talking about the extra part of the circuit. So we have to get the currents in the branches. So first is assume the currents in branches applying Kirchhoff's first law. Okay, so this is the first step now, and then after getting the currents in the different branches, we should follow our direction of tracing the circuit. So choose the direction of tracing the circuit. Choose the direction of tracing the circuit. Tracing the circuit. Tracing the circuit, which may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Okay, so this is your second step. Then after taking the direction of tracing the circuit, let's say I am taking the clockwise direction, we have to follow the sign conventions. We have to follow the sign convention. And what are the sign conventions? It is very simple. Let's say we are having resistance R and current is flowing like this, I. As we all know, current always flows from the higher potential terminal to the lower potential terminal. So if current is flowing in this direction, it means this is the higher potential end and this is the lower potential end, or we can say this particular point is at positive potential as with respect to this particular point. So if we go on reading the voltage across this R, that is IR, if we are tracing in the direction of current, it means we are moving towards the negative terminal, we will write minus IR. At the same time, if we are moving from the negative towards the positive end, in that case we have to write plus IR. How to read the voltage across the EMF source. So in order to read the voltage across EMF source, we will have the EMF source like this. Either we are moving in the direction from positive towards the negative terminal, or we will move from negative towards the positive terminal. If we are tracing the circuit and we are moving towards the negative terminal, then we should write minus E. And if we are moving from negative towards the positive terminal, we should write plus E. Simple. So these are the ways to write the voltage across the resistances and the EMF source. Now after this, we will write the KVL equations. So in this way, following these sign conventions, we will write the KVL equations, that the Kirchhoff voltage law, that is the second law equations. Then simplifying these equations, we will get the required answer. Simplifying these equations, we will get the required answer. So we understand how to write the KVL equations. Now we are going to apply the KVL law, that is the Kirchhoff's second law, on this particular loop. So how to write the KVL equation for this loop, or the second law equation for this loop? We will start from a particular point and we will end at the same point. So we are going to start from this point. Here we will start in the clockwise direction. Current is also moving in this particular direction. So we should write minus I1 R1. Then from positive towards the negative terminal, we should write minus E. Then opposite to the direction of current, we should write plus IR, that is plus I2 R2. Then moving from negative towards the positive terminal of the battery, we should write plus E, that is plus E2. Then moving from positive towards the negative terminal of the battery E3, we should write minus E3. In the direction of current, we should write the voltage across this R3 is minus I3 R3, because we are in the same direction as current. Then from negative towards the positive terminal, we should write the voltage across E4 is plus E4. Then opposite to the direction of current, so it will be plus I4 R4, and it is equal to 0 as per the Kirchhoff second law, that is the voltage law. Thank you.